In a quiet and beautiful village, far away from the noise of the city, there stood a small, cozy house surrounded by endless fields of red roses. Every morning, the soft golden sunlight would gently fall on the petals, making the entire land look like a dream. The air was always filled with the sweet fragrance of roses, and life, though simple, was peaceful. In that little house lived two sisters, Mawish and Sirat, along with their elderly parents. Their father, Baba Bashir, was a humble and hardworking man who had spent his entire life taking care of those rose fields. Every day before sunrise, he would wake up, step into the cool morning air, and carefully pick fresh roses covered in dew. With love and patience, he would fill his baskets and walk to the nearby market to sell them. The money he earned was never much, but it was honest. And with that, he provided for his family, always thankful for what little they had. Mawish, the elder sister, had a heart as pure and gentle as the roses. She spent her days helping her mother with housework, cooking meals, cleaning, and taking care of everything at home. In the evenings, she would join her father in the fields, helping him pick flowers, smiling even in the hardest moments. But Sirat, the younger sister, was very different. She was beautiful, but inside her heart lived a constant desire for a richer, more luxurious life. She often sat alone, staring into the distance, dreaming of big houses, expensive clothes, and a life full of comfort. One day, everything changed. Sirat became friends with a rich girl from the city. That girl wore expensive dresses, spoke about parties and luxury, and lived a life Sirat had only imagined. Her shiny lifestyle blinded Sirat completely. Slowly, her own home began to feel small and suffocating. One evening, when Baba Bashir returned home tired from a long day, Sirat could not hold her frustration anymore. She began to complain. "What have you ever given us?" she said angrily. "No good clothes, no good food. This house feels like a prison." Her words struck Baba Bashir like a sharp blade. His tired eyes filled with pain. Gently, he tried to explain that their life was built on honest earnings, and that true happiness comes from contentment, but Sirat refused to listen. Days turned into weeks, and her complaints grew worse. Baba Bashir began working even harder, pushing his weak body beyond its limits, hoping to make her happy, but no matter how much he tried, it was never enough. And then, one day, tragedy struck. While picking roses in the field, Baba Bashir suddenly felt a sharp pain in his chest. His hands trembled, and before he could call for help, he collapsed among the red roses he had loved all his life. The family was shattered. Mawish cried endlessly. Their mother fell into deep grief. But Sirat, she remained cold. Instead of mourning, she worried about money, about her future. After Baba Bashir's death, everything changed. Their mother became weak and ill, unable to leave her bed. The entire responsibility of the house fell on Mawish, but she did not give up. Every day, she went to the rose fields alone. She worked among sharp thorns, her hands getting hurt, her body exhausted. Yet she continued. She picked flowers, carried them to the market, sold them, and used the money to buy medicine for her mother and food for the house. Meanwhile, Sirat chose her own path. She found a wealthy man, married him, and left her home forever, without looking back. Without caring about her sick mother or her struggling sister, Mawish was now completely alone. One night, overwhelmed with pain and loneliness, she cried until she fell asleep, and then something magical happened. In her dream, her father appeared before her. He was dressed in glowing white clothes, his face calm and full of light. In his hands, he held a beautiful dress made of roses. It sparkled with golden light, as if it held magic within it. He gave the dress to Mawish and said, "This is a reward for your patience, my daughter. With this, your prayers will be answered." When she woke up, her heart was still racing, and then she noticed something unbelievable. The same magical dress was lying right in front of her. The room was filled with the sweet fragrance of roses. With trembling hands, she touched the dress and closed her eyes, making a silent prayer, not for wealth, but for strength to change her life. Inspired by its beauty, Mawish began creating designs based on flowers. She worked day and night, turning her ideas into reality. She created dresses that carried the elegance of roses, the softness of petals, and the beauty of nature. She took pictures of her designs and shared them online, and soon, the world noticed. Her work went viral. People from different places were amazed by her creativity. Orders started pouring in from everywhere. With time, Mawish opened a small boutique called Gulistan Libas. The shop was filled with floral designs, rose dresses, jasmine outfits, and fabrics inspired by nature. Her life completely transformed. From a struggling girl in a small village, she became a successful designer known far and wide. But even with all the success, her heart remained humble. In the same land lived a noble and kind prince named Siam. When he heard about Mawish's talent, he decided to see her work himself. The moment he met her, he was struck not only by her beauty but by her simplicity and grace. He invited her to the royal palace to design a wedding dress for his sister. At the palace, Mawish was treated with great respect. She worked with dedication, pouring her heart into every design. Siam often visited her, finding small reasons just to see her. One evening, while walking through the palace garden, Mawish slipped and got hurt. Siam quickly rushed to her side, gently helping her and caring for her wound. In that moment, something changed, their hearts began to connect. Days passed, and their bond grew stronger. Then one magical evening, under the soft glow of lights and surrounded by blooming roses, Siam placed a beautiful rose crown on Mawish's head. He looked into her eyes and said, "You are the true queen, the one who made flowers bloom even in hardship." Then he knelt down and asked her to be a part of his life forever. With tears of happiness, Mawish said yes. Their wedding was grand and magical. The entire place was decorated with roses, just like her father's fields. Her mother, now healthy, watched with pride and joy, but far away, Sirat's life had fallen apart. The man she trusted had left her. She was alone, struggling, and filled with regret. She finally realized her mistakes. But it was too late. Mawish, now a queen, never forgot where she came from. She kept her father's rose fields alive. She helped the poor, built schools and hospitals, and spread kindness everywhere. Her story became a legend, because in the end, true beauty is not in wealth or luxury. It is in patience, kindness, and a pure heart.